Welcome back to this special storm edition of RFL. Now, if you're just joining us, you may be wondering when we're going to finally be clear of all this snow here. Let's head over to FIOS 1 News meteorologist Jeff Denoyer. And Jeff, I know you get asked this question quite a bit, and unfortunately you have to be truthful, and you're angering a lot of people. People are getting mad at you. But it's what, 6 storms now already?
Yeah, this is number 6 right here, and each one has brought something different to the table. This one brought snow and rain, and now another round of snow. You know, the back edge of the system doesn't usually bring this much snow potential during the overnight that we're going to have tonight. What happens is, okay, the low is down to the south and west, so you get the band of snow in the morning. You expect it to kind of come to an end. We ended the day with a little bit of rainfall. You think, okay, done with it, no problem, right? No, the low is still way down to the south and west. In fact, there is still plenty of moisture circulating around this low. We could have snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour again tonight. I have not seen that. I've lived in this area all my life, and you usually on the back edge of the system don't get this kind of snow. And I wanted to zoom in. This is Philadelphia here. This is amazing to me. This is how much instability is within this storm. This storm is just blowing up just to the south and west of us now. Here I'm talking blowing up now, and we've already have a foot of snow on the ground in many areas. But look at this. This is lightning strikes right here. Lightning strikes in South Jersey working around the low itself. That is intense snowfall rates and rainfall rates, and all that is coming closer to the region tonight. And I've had to make a brand new snowfall graphic, 3 to 6 inches in addition to what has already fallen on the ground during the day today for the areas in purple. And that is because when you get thunder snow, not only is it one of the coolest things in the world to me because it lightens up the whole sky with beautiful bright lightning, but it also creates some incredible snowburst, and would not be surprised to see a few areas pick up another half a foot tonight. It's unbelievable how intense this low pressure is.
Is the one commonality is just the cold air? There's just been so much of it, John, that makes this a problem, that we can't catch a break here. It's not rain, it's always snow.
I think what happens is when you're talking about a very active winter pattern, you're just very concerned. When you have storms come in, you have to have cold air. So with the cold air being so predominant throughout the winter, yes, these storms come in and they hit that cold air and you're talking about snow. Now, we could have a winter where we're very active storm-wise, but we don't have the continuous cold air, and then you're talking about more rainfall across the region. And that happens quite often in the winter times for our areas, especially for areas in Long Island. So, you know, you have a concern with the cold air in place. You get this moisture that works up the eastern seaboard. Every time that's happened, it seems like it's encountering and timing with the cold air to bring snow.
So finally, the question everyone's asking, do we get a break from this, or are we still going to be in storm season for a while longer here? Is there more left to what seems to be an endless winter?
I think we catch a little bit of a break, at least into the beginning of next week. Saturday looks okay with a little bit of light snow, and then next week looks like we warm up a bit, and we're talking about maybe rainfall by the middle of next week instead of a snow event.
All right. Well, I guess at this point we'll welcome rain. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as we continue our coverage here, we're going to head back to the roads and, again, back out to Long Island. And let's bring in Kevin Vesey right now, who, as I said, is out in Long Island.
Rich, good evening. Yeah, you know, as you've been saying all night, we're sort of in a lull right now where we don't have any rain coming down, but it's certainly stormy. It's really windy. How windy is it, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Our tripod almost blew over a moment before we went live, but I'll also show you right over here. Take a look at these stoplights. They are just swaying back and forth, and they've been doing that all night. You know, Warren, my cameraman, and I have been sitting here watching this all night long, and the signs are just moving and the stoplights. Let's pull out, Warren, and take a look at the road. This is Hempstead Turnpike in Levittown over by Wantagh Parkway. You can see it's still very, very wet. It's not going to dry by the time this evening is over, especially with more snow on the way, and it is just a wet, sloppy mess. Slushy, wet, and slippery. Just some of the words being used to describe the roads in Nassau County.
Everything's one lane and everybody's just sliding around.
A lot of slush, sloppy wet roads.
As this morning's snow turned to sleet and rain, plows along Hempstead Turnpike and on side streets here in Levittown worked to clear the heavy wet snow. We
We've been at it since 4 a.m. this morning, and our guys will be plowing right through the evening.
Salt has been in short supply in towns across Long Island, but Town Supervisor Kate Murray says Hempstead is doing just fine. In fact, they have 2.5 times the amount that they normally use during a snowstorm. So far, Murray tells me the town has gone through about 60% of its snow removal budget. But if they plow through the rest before the season ends, they'll still make sure the roads are clear.
If we actually exhaust our budget, we will transfer funds from elsewhere in the budget, because the bottom line is our top priority is keeping our residents safe and keeping our streets clear.
Meanwhile, drivers here in Levittown say they hope this nasty nor'easter is going to be Old Man Winter's last hurrah.
Florida's sounding better and better.
I wish winter would just die and go away.
And here's another live look at Hempstead Turnpike in Levittown, and as you can see, the road is soaking wet. Cars are driving pretty much at normal speed, but you know, obviously as it gets colder, this is going to freeze over, and you're definitely going to want to watch your speed. Let's pan up to that sign there, and you can see that they're telling you to keep the speed down. The road is slippery. Obviously, as you know, the second half of the storm comes in, as Rich and Jeff have been saying throughout the show, you know, it's only going to get worse. So if you do have to go out tonight, you definitely want to take it slow. Once it really starts coming down, if we get a few more inches, you probably want to stay home. That's the latest here in Levittown. Kevin VC, Fios, 1 News. Rich, back over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. And you can see there, everybody, the wind is starting to really pick up, and that's the big worry here. Road conditions, sure, but you don't want to see down power lines here, especially with the temps that the way there are. Okay, let's go to the Garden State now, where the rail system is also being strained this evening. And Christy Duffy, she's live tonight from Penn Station out in Newark. Christy?
Good evening, Rich. It's not just the rails, but the buses and, of course, flights in and out of the area. Pretty much anybody trying to get around is experiencing a day full of delays, detours, and, unfortunately, cancellations. All of Morris County bus service has been entirely canceled for today, and it won't be restored until tomorrow. And even then, New Jersey Transit is asking riders to prepare for delays. We saw the same thing happen today for most of the day. All of Essex County bus service was delayed, as well as in and around Jersey City. That was restored around 4 and 5 o'clock, but we did get a chance to catch up with some riders who were stranded here at Newark Penn Station for upwards of 6 hours.
There's no transportation at all. No buses are running.
And you've been waiting for 5 hours.
And they say they don't know when they're going to get back to work.
At least about 3 or 4 hours.
It's hours of waiting for stranded riders at Newark Penn Station. Buses in Essex and Morris counties, as well as Jersey City, came to a screeching halt Thursday due to conditions caused by the snow.
Because those roads, they're not clean. That's what they say. And I have a 2-year-old at home too. I'm worried.
New Jersey Transit buses have gotten stuck on the roads and on major highways, leaving riders worrying how they'll get home.
No, they said they don't know yet. We have to wait. We don't know how long we're going to wait. I don't know how I'm going to get home.
Train service has also been impacted, but not to the same extent. Rail lines are facing anywhere from 15 to 60-minute delays and some cancellations. But most we talk to here say they're okay with the way things are going on the rails.
Thankfully, my train hasn't been affected.
That rider not having much trouble, but Amtrak is operating on a reduced schedule for the rest of the evening, as is New Jersey Transit. They're experiencing 15 to 60-minute delays on most of their rail lines. They are cross-honoring, though, to try and help folks get to wherever they need to go safely tonight. Newark Airport, of course, is also experiencing lots of delays and cancellations. The PATH train, though, is operating on or close to schedule. For Richard French Live, I'm Christy Duffy in Newark.
Thank you very much, Christy. I appreciate it. Now, when we come back here, we've had nothing but pretty much rough news here for the first 45 minutes or so. Well, we've got a good story, human interest story where do unto others and, you know, the rest of it played out when it was needed most. Some area snow angels when we return.